I was watching some videos, and the way to get more hits is to do a how-to video, a tutorial. And so I wanted to teach you how to be successful in your workplace. If you work in any kind of environment where you have to do some kind of production, whether it be produce so many widgets, or a sales environment, and you want to get promoted, I just want to start saying that there's only one way to be successful, and that is to kiss a lot of booty. Okay, I know, doesn't make sense. If you're a good salesperson or you're a good production person, you would think, hey, I should get promoted. I should be teaching others what I'm doing. That's not how it works. How it works is that if you can kiss your boss's ass until it turns red, you will get promoted. That's how it works. So in this how-to video, I'm going to give you a couple of tips on what to do and how you can be successful. So first, lie. Say you're doing everything that management is asking you to do. If they're telling you to fill out reports on time and this and that, just lie and be like, yeah, oh, I do that all the time. The other day I was doing that, and oh man, I had this great success story. When in reality, that was someone else's success story, and you're just kissing someone else's ass who doesn't matter so they can do the work for you. Great way to get paid, by the way. Great way. Echo whatever your manager tells you to do. So, for example, your manager says, you know what, guys, we need to work on customer satisfaction. Then you got to interrupt your manager, interrupt your own manager, and say, guys, we really need to work on customer satisfaction, because the customer that's happy is a happy customer. You see, it doesn't matter if what you say makes sense. It just matters that you elaborate on it, so that way everyone else in the room knows that you are behind the manager 100%, and your manager will be stoked that you are behind them 100% no matter what. But on the other end of the spectrum, when your manager's not around, you got to make sure to keep talking shit about your manager, because then your coworkers still believe you're somewhat on their side. They don't want to worry that you're a police officer for your manager, that you're going to bust them if they talk shit. But at the same time, you want to make sure that they still think that you're on their side, so there's no rumors spreading around or people plotting on you, if that makes sense. Okay? And make sure to tell everyone how hard you're working. It takes people usually about 7 or 8 times to hear something before they start to believe it, even if it is a bold-faced lie. So even if you're not working, which you're the kiss ass, you're not working at all, you're just BSing people, make sure to tell people over and over and over again so they believe that you're working that hard. Okay? And when your coworkers come for you to help, tell them you're too busy doing something like, I don't know, making phone calls, scheduling business appointments, things like that, so you don't have to help them. See, the problem is that as the kiss ass, you don't know your job very well, and you can't get busted not knowing your job very well, because someone will say, hey, well, why don't you go to Oscar and have him help you? That guy doesn't know shit. Every time I go to help him, he doesn't help me. You don't want them saying that. What you want to say is, oh man, he is so swamped with work right now. Is there any way you could help me, boss? And your boss is like, wow, he really is busy. Holy shit. Okay. Next, during a meeting, talk way too much. Just keep talking. Like I said earlier, it doesn't matter what you say. Just keep talking. Make sure that you're backing your manager up, whatever he or she has to say, until each of your coworkers has that face like they want to stab you in the mouth 18 times. Once they get that face, then you should wrap up your point, because who knows? Nowadays, coworkers will stab you in the mouth 18 times. Okay? And finally, have the lowest production numbers overall, the lowest number of produced widgets, and still brag about your numbers. If you produce 17 cans of pineapple, which is what you're supposed to be producing or whatever, and on average everyone else has 50 to 100, brag about what you did. Look, I've been here all this time, I've been putting things in the pipeline, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, and yeah, I only had 17 this month, but look, I'm still number 1. So, use these tips carefully. Kissing ass is a very unique strategy to try to get promoted, and in most large corporations it works very well, because in reality, people under you get people over you, your managers, your bosses, their bosses, all the time they're hearing people complain about them because of their management style or because they have to make hard choices. And, I feel for our managers. They have to make some hard choices. They have to let people go sometimes. They have to discipline you like they're your mom, and they're not your mom or dad, like, it sucks. So when they have someone who's just telling them they're great and wonderful all the time, it gives them a sense of euphoria. Unfortunately, though, what we should be looking for is people who are hard workers and can teach other people what we're doing to be successful. That's what we should be looking for, not just the kiss asses. But for those of you who are lazy, use it. Just use the strategy. It works. So I'm going to leave it at that. Just an FYI, this movie totally for one of my buddies. He knows who he is. So, yep, stopping that. Thanks.